Well, hey everyone, welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name's Louie. We're going to take a look at a market update for Monarch this week. We're going to do every set every week. I do have a collection tracker if you're interested in understanding the values of your collection and seeing them update week to week. Whenever I do a market update, you can head over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG where you can support the channel. You also get access to a Midtown Merchant discount code, 10% off your full order once a month. Mitch has helped us out. Mitch has the best singles, best prices. And if you want to go ahead and shop there, you can use the promo code BeKind to save $5 off your order of $50 or more. But with that being said, let's hop into Monarch. Let's take a look at the sealed product, and then we'll see if the sealed product is worth opening up and if it's worth buying the cards and see where we're at. So right now, sealed boxes, you can see this is around the time that Rudy put out his video that he was buying boxes at 200. We had a huge steep decline in the market, average around 10% week to week. And that seems to be a turning point right there. I also think, we can give Rudy the credit if we want. I also think there should be some credit due to the idea that this was a pretty average box, cost for a lot of people, as people were buying $100 boxes to $200 boxes up to the $300 box point, even $350. We did see prices go all the way up to $500, but I think $240 is a pretty average cost for a lot of people on their Monarch first edition boxes. So that kind of was the bottom price for like making your money back. So I think that did have something to do with it. But then the Rudy video obviously added a lot of hype as well. So we've seen a little bit of increase this week, an increase to 290. Let me show you some of the sold listings here so you can see what we're talking about. As we look at them, they are all over the place. There are some for 325, 290, which is the number that I landed at when I put my average. You've got two of them for 562 here. You've got 289, you got 370 Canadian, you got 280. I mean, they are kind of all over the place. So make sure you're shopping around and looking for the best deal. I think on Facebook Marketplace, you could probably get them for about 275. Here's a case for $12.49. You can see they're all around that price. I think $290 is a good average value there. And then you can see the unlimited boxes are still being sold for under map on TCG Player at around $70. With free shipping too. So, all right, let's hop into the Fable. Let's take a look at the great library of Solana this week. I'm gonna put it down 3.5%. I mean, it's kind of is what it is. It's about the same price as last week, really. I just take the averages, and that kind of dropped it down a little bit. So you had a $1,400 sale and a $1,350 sale. Another $1,350 sale, so that kind of brought the average down to closer to the $1,400. There's also one on TCG Player that sold, so you've got this one for $1,450 that was at the end of the week last week too. It just kind of is what it is. I'm gonna go $1,400 and call it a little bit of a downturn, and then you've got your unlimited one that's for $270 right now, which is still losing some value week to week as well. So that's the library of Solana. Last week we did have an increase, an uptick from the 1,300 to the 1,450. So this is just a little bit retracement, I think. All right, let's hop into the first edition. Let's see what the EV of a box would be if you choose to crack one. And as we look at the legendaries, not a ton of movement. The footsteps staying about the same. The husk staying about the same. We'll talk about the unlimited husk, which is seeing some action right now. But Vestige of Soul is going up. I wanted to highlight, Valiant Dynamo going down, Eclipse going down, and Doomsday going down. Your average is around 290, which is just barely down. I mean, we're starting to see huge flat lines here. You can just see the market is just flatlined for them. I think this is... you can't time the bottom. I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say this is the bottom for prices on most of these cards. But I wanted to take a look at the Eclipse and show you a sold listing, just so for full transparency. There was a sold listing on an Eclipse for $1,850. But then there's also one for $249. So I just kind of took the average. I said $1,850. I meant $185. So I just kind of took the average there, and that's where I got the 220 number. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. That's your kind of average is sitting at 290. Eclipse is down 10%. Let's take a look at the cold foils. Was there anything else I want to talk about the legendaries? No, we're going to talk about the cold foil Majestics next. So cold foil Majestics down 1%. You've got Dreadside that took a loss on TCG Player at 16%. You've got Raiden that is actually up a little bit at 6.5%. Hexagore and Galaxy Black. There's some weird things going on with Galaxy Black. There's a couple on Facebook for like 530, 545. They're not super minty, so it's kind of like, is it worth knocking it down and saying that? I think a near mint one would still fetch around 600 probably. The cards are, it's all condition focused. I want to talk about Luminaris. Speaking of condition, there was a sold listing on a Luminaris that actually almost surprised me for $350, and it's labeled as LP, but it's pretty beat up. It is labeled. They did take pictures, all that stuff. I just want to see that little nick in the bottom. They did a better picture there. So I'm obviously not including that in the price. There's another one that sold for 400, so we'll just use that. So we're sitting at an average. You can see again, like this card, had a huge downtick and went up a little bit, and now it's downtick, and now we've been flat for a couple weeks. So you can see it on this graph too. It seems like we're getting close. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say we're at the bottom here for Monarch cards. So let's hop on over to the cold foil commons. This week the cold foil commons are down just like 0.25% or almost 0.5%. You've got some downwards trends on the Halo of Illumination and the Dreamweavers, and then the Hooves of the Shadow Beast and the Ironhide Helm. Everything else is trending upwards though, so it's kind of interesting to see that. All in all, we're down, but most of the cards are actually trending up. I wanted to take a look at Ebb and Fold. It seems to be one of the more popular ones. It's a beautiful card. You can see the graph. We had an uptick and now a little bit of a retracement. And this is where I start to think that maybe we're just going to start moving forward at a slow pace. I'm not telling you to go out and buy them all. I think we're just going to start moving forward at a slow pace and trajecting upwards from this point. That's just my opinion. Again, this is do your own research. This is just my opinion for everything. So that being said, nothing else to talk about. $65.54 for your average. I think that's probably fair. Looking at the extended arts, the only one that really sold this week was a Herald of Erudition for $280. These have been pretty stable for actually longer than most of the other cards. Around they've lost some value, but they've been pretty stable. They had a huge downtick, and then they've kind of there's just not enough of them to like be selling like crazy. So, all right, lastly, let's get to the Majestics and rares. The Rainbow Foil Majestic Celestial Cataclysm going up just a little bit. Nourishing Emptiness going up quite a bit, but all of them basically just staying the same. We're actually just down not even a percentage point. It's pretty much the same value, average at 1826. Last week we were at 1830. You can see like 1 month ago, we were at 1997. So like we were losing 1 month ago at this time. We were losing 40% per card on average, but now we are only losing $1. So the peak pricing was at $74 on average. The low was at $16.76. So you can see we are trending upwards. Even when this number is down just a little bit, we are trending upwards. Let's take a look at Majestic. I think we can start gaining some ideas on gameplay and what people are playing based on a lot of these non-foil Majestics and the unlimited stuff. The cards that have gained the most value are Shadow Puppetry, Herald of Erudition, and Phantasmaclasm. You can see the most valuable cards here. Shadow Puppetry really starting to move up, and I think Shadow Puppetry being a key card in Chain, I think a lot of people are now locking in on their decks for the calling and for Road to Nationals, and I think people are now being a little bit more solidified towards Chain. We're going to see that in the unlimited stuff here coming up. Your average is down a little bit at an average of $5.40. Last week we were up a little bit. Again, no real changes here. 2% is not really that much. Looking at the Rainbow Foil rares, you can see a lot of downwards trajectory here on the Rainbow Foil ones at 14%, 15%. There are some that are moving up. There are some that are moving down. Vexing Malice, a popular card. Seek Horizon. Keep in mind on the rares, I mostly keep TCG low unless something seems like a crazy outlier. Like Prismatic Shield actually popped up at $9 for the low, but then I looked at the sold listings and $4.50 is the most recent sold listing. So just keep that in mind. We are seeing, a lot of cards from Prism popping up here. We're seeing Soul Harvest and Vexing Malice and Soul Reaping, all from Chain. So Prism and Chain definitely moving the most out of Monarch. Interesting to not see much Bolton action. I don't know. I thought based on people playing Bolton, we would see more. I'm seeing more Bolton than Chain. More Bolton than Prism. So it's kind of weird. Maybe it's just our meta at my events, but. All right, let's hop on looking at the regular rares. You can see like a Vexing Malice down a little bit at $1.45. Average rare price is at 31 cents. So, all right, let's hop over to the Rainbow Foil Commons. Seeds of Agony. Again, like this just shows like people wanting to bling out their deck. You can see we had a little uptick as people got used to the idea of playing Chain, and then it kind of dropped, and now people are getting used to the idea of playing Chain again. So that's the story I'm writing anyway in my mind based on it. But your regular common Rainbow Foil common price is at an average of $1.48, which is down 11%. All right, let's hop on over to the first edition EV box price. You can see right here what contributes to the EV. And then you can see here, the True EV includes the Rainbow Foil Commons, but if you want to take those out, the True EV includes the Commons, but if you want to take the non-foil Commons out, you could be sitting at $278.56, and this is the number I think is probably the most accurate number. But if you want to take out the Fable, you don't want to count on hitting a library. If you opened up 40 boxes and didn't hit it, you'd be sitting at an average of $243 a box. But then if you want to take out the legendaries, you'd be sitting at an average of $144.38. So you can see how much weight right here. This is how much weight that the cold foil legendary takes up in the pack. It is immense. It is absolutely immense. If you want, you can head on over to KitchenTableTCG.com and you can access this. Oops, that's the wrong thing. You can get access to this. Oh man. Oh, I hit the wrong button. You can get access to this EV calculator where you can actually pick and choose. I know I'm a little zoomed in on the screen. If I just click this, it's not gonna do anything. You can get access to this EV tool where you can actually look at what the EV is based on your estimates, and you can take out the legendary cold foils, or you can take out the rare. So that's over at KitchenTableTCG.com. All right, here we go. Let's talk about Unlimited. So to answer the question, is it worth it to open a box right now? And not really, honestly, not really. It depends though. Like if you hit a legendary, that's the difference. You're taking a gamble at hitting a legendary. You're essentially, if you open 40 boxes, taking a free gamble. It's not though. You're gonna make your money back. It's not worth it. It's not worth it right now to open boxes. All right, here we go. Unlimited singles. Let's talk about legendaries. Lots and lots of changes happening with the legendaries. I think this is my hot take. It's really not that hot. The evidence is there. Look at Carrion Husk, okay, and look at Footsteps. I think Carrion Husk is going to outtake Footsteps. Let me show you. So if you look on TCG Player and look up at the sold listings, there are people who are actually buying Carrion Husks for $200. The market's starting to run out, and now there is one currently listed for there was one currently listed for $175. It has apparently gotten purchased since I started doing this market update. It must not pop up on the sold listing for a while. Anyway, this is quickly becoming the most expensive legendary in the set, and I think that's going to be. I think that history is going to show that this is going to be the chase card over the Footsteps. Everyone got all excited because the Footsteps is a girl's legs, but now we're starting to see that like other things matter, and I really, really think that Carrion Husk is going to outpace long term the legendaries, because it's becoming an iconic card, whereas Footsteps, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Take it or leave it. Your average legendary is sitting at $115, which is up 3%. And I wonder if this isn't due to people not opening Unlimited, because the price just seems so low on it. People see it. Anyway, hopping on over, let's take a look at the Rainbow Foil Majestics. Sonata Arcanix is up. Tome of Torment is up. This is Rainbow Foil. Nourishing Emptiness is up. You can see your most valuable ones are Celestial Cataclysm and Luminaris. Soul Shield, Shadow Puppetry. You can see Celestial Cataclysm losing just a little bit of value. I don't know what that's about, honestly. Let's take a look at the regular Majestics. Your average foil Majestic is at $6. Let's take a look at your regular Majestics. I think there's a lot to learn here. Again, shadow puppetry. Look at the amount of people who are buying shadow puppetry. Look at that. You cannot tell me that Chain's not going to be the number one meta deck right now. It's just going crazy. I mean, if you want to pop up, okay, so let's do what would be the competition. I don't even know. I mean, Soul Shield maybe with like Prism and Bolton. Let's see what happens. But see, like, it's gonna be down. So like it was anyway. I think that there's a lot to be said about shadow puppetry and it kind of telling us what the meta is going to be. That being said, this is just one set, right? Like I'm sure when we look at WTR and ARC, you'll see other things. So we'll do that later in the week. Anyway, your average Majestic is sitting at $4.10, which is just down just a little bit. Looking at your rainbow foil rares, you can see Soul Reaping is up just a little bit. But you also have like Merciful Retribution and Parable Humility that are trending upwards. Seeker Rising, Vex and Malice. Anyway, like you can get what I'm saying. It's gonna be Prism and Prism and Chain are the kind of cards that are being purchased right now. Again, though, I keep hearing about Bolton, so I don't know. Average rainbow foil is at $1.02. Looking at your regular rares, your average price is 23 cents. You can see Vexing Mouse Blue starting to get picked up again, and a lot to garnish. So I'm curious what you think in the comment section about all that. Can we gain an understanding of the value of the meta based on the cards selling? I think we can. I'm curious on what you think. The rainbow foil commons, you've got Riftbind starting to sell, Seeds of Agony again, Zealous Beating and Herald of Rebirth. You still have your value holding up in mostly the equipment. Halo of Illumination, actually just one equipment, interesting. But Seeds of Agony is there as well. That one's up a little bit. Herald of Tenacity down 17%. Your rainbow foil commons actually do have some value and an average of $1. So, all right, let's take a look at your unlimited EV. Keep in mind this number right here does include your regular commons, which, you know, like your regular commons, like technically on TCG Player, right, on TCG Low, they do have an average value of like 15 cents, and there's just a ton of them in the box. So like this is like a true EV, but don't include it. This is the number you need to look at. You're not going to be selling regular commons. The true EV would be sitting at 105.26, and that includes the legendary and the fable. If you pull out the fable, you don't lose that much money. The fable's not really worth that much money. You're only sitting at $98. But if you take out the legendary, you're only at $59 from this box. And this is just showing you the value of a legendary in this set. The value of the legendaries in this set is immense right now. And you get like I think this is based on it's like a 1 in every 3.3 boxes essentially, because they added another legendary, so you do have extra chances at getting the legendary, which makes this even more large here. So that being said, you know, is it worth it to open a box? Probably for Monarch Unlimited right now. If you can get a case, it's probably worth it. Which is interesting. It's all in the legendaries. It's all, repeat after me, leave it in the comments. It's all about the legendaries. Anyway, that's the market update. Again, if you are looking for a way to track your collection, head on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG, where you can get access to this collection tracker. You are also supporting the channel in a big way, and allowing me to do this content. You also get a discount code over at Midtown Merchant, which can actually pay for your entire Patreon. You know, I love doing these videos. It's a lot of fun. I hope you're enjoying them. I hope that this is adding value to the community. Thanks for watching them. If you want to support the channel, that's great. If not, I just hope you keep watching the videos and keep up to date with what the value of your cards is. And with that being said, I hope you have a great day, and remember to be kind to the people around you.